Good morning, welcome. For those of you who don't know me, I am Kath Nolden from The Wellness Tree, and today we are talking all about creating a stay sober plan. I have so much to share with you on this, and this is really the piece that so many people are missing. So before I get into that, just a quick reminder, I am here live here in our private Facebook community every Thursday, 9 AM BST. You can come watch the live with me, you can catch the replay. I'm building up a little library in the guide section of all of the past replays. That's fresh, brand new content live. So head over, sorry, just internet blip there. Head over to the guide section and you will see a list of various different topics on sober curiosity, alcohol freedom, and you are really in the right place. If you're working on drinking less, you're taking a break, you're ready to go alcohol free, you're not quite sure maybe, so we're all at different places. And it can feel like such a confusing journey as well. This is the world of grey area drinking, and it can feel like this stop-start cycle, navigating 1 minute feeling really on top of the world and on it. You're doing your thing, you're creating your on-track days, you're doing your healthy habits, it's all going really well. And then something happens out of the blue, and then that's it. You're hitting that effort button, you're off to the shops, buying the wine, the beer, whatever, and you're back to square one again. And you know, it is that cycle, and I really understand. So this is my 9th year on my sober journey. I haven't been sober all of that time, around about 95% completely alcohol free, and I haven't had any alcohol in the last 5 years. But in the first couple of years, I did a couple of drinking experiments, and that taught me, that actually was real gold, because it just really confirmed that I'm happier without alcohol in my life. And that led me onto a sugar freedom journey, which is where I am now. Now, I couldn't have done any of this at all without a plan in place. And this was my previous approach, was just to sort of hope for the best, wobble my way through and wing it and hope I don't drink. And that was my strategy, because I didn't know any better. I didn't know how to cope. I mean, alcohol was my tool for giving me comfort, for helping with anxiety, for helping me to feel safe. And it was like my prop. It was also my bit of fun, and my inner rebel loved on a Friday night after work to go down to the shop and buy a load of wine for the weekend and fill my trolley with junk. But then by the end of the weekend, I just couldn't wait to have brand new Monday, fresh start, life overhaul. And you know, it just, I was in that cycle for so long. Now, what I have learned since over the years, there's a couple of just really big pieces that I want you to understand before we even talk about creating a plan. I want you to embrace, like wherever you are on this journey, I want you to embrace being imperfect, being messy, being okay with not having it all figured out, being okay with not knowing where you're going, being okay with feeling discomfort, with stretching into your edges, finding like where your comfort zone ends, and then stretching into what will become your new comfort zone. So sitting with the cravings, feeling the cravings. And of course, if you're needing support with this, get the counselling, get the therapy. If there's traumas and things coming up that you need support with, then definitely get that in place. Now, I didn't. I chose to go the really hard route and do it all myself, which I don't recommend. But I am someone, as I've sort of found out over the years, that absolutely loves to sink. I love to sink my teeth into a challenge. I seem to love I have this real hunger for, it's really diving deep and getting my hands dirty. But I had to, really to do this, being okay with being messy. I used to have such perfect, it's got to be this way, being so in control. And yes, these patterns can still show up sometimes, but I'm much more aware of them. But just being okay with it being messy, being okay with failure, being okay with just, the mess of the journey. We have to be okay with that. Just like, I don't know. And just going with it and trying things and just gently pushing yourself. So this is the energy that we want to be bringing to our journey, wherever you are right now. So let me know who's here live, who's catching this on replay. Question for you, first of all, tell me whereabouts you are on your journey. I'd love to know. Let's get sharing. Are you sober curious? Have you done some alcohol-free time before? Have you set yourself a goal? Are you doing an alcohol-free challenge? Are you wanting to create a completely alcohol-free lifestyle? I'd love to know. And this is something that we're working towards. It's a sort of a journey for life, which doesn't mean we're never going to get there. There's no there to get to, and it's just coming home to ourselves and just working through these layers, working through these challenges and these obstacles, and really thinking like water, and how can we go around them and how can we overcome them. And this is why we need to have a plan in place. Now, my methodology that I use with clients, and that you are all here tiptoeing into, this is why it's called the Wellness Tree, is because the Wellness Tree is the very thing that has been my guide, my plan, my structure to freedom, really. And this is something that, I work with every day. I work with it all the time. And it's a huge, vast thing. So I could talk about lots and lots and lots of different things that we need to have in place in our plan. But if I did that, people would be very, very overwhelmed. And I don't want that. My whole thing now is about keeping things simple. So I'm in my own journey really working on slowing everything down. I'm someone that I love to learn. I'm always hungry to learn and absorb and have the information, but I also do love to take action on what I learnt and learn. And also I'm learning to, even just myself this morning, I caught myself somewhere where I'm avoiding something. And I'm still playing small, and actually it's something that I really want to do. So I am just going to push myself into doing it, because I know I can feel now inside. I couldn't feel this before, but I can feel that expansion, and it's like, yes, I would love to do that. I would feel so proud of myself if I did that. And this is what it's all about. But we need to have a plan in place. We are going to talk today about I'm going to share with you the six, I think it's six, let me just check, 6 essential things about how to really formulate the structure and the bones of creating a plan. So first of all, why do we need a plan? We need a plan because if we don't have a plan, it gets really, it gets messy, but actually we need to have a plan to support us in the mess, and the mess is all part of it. But whether it's 3 days sober you're doing, whether it's 3 weeks, whether it's a year, whether it's a lifetime thing that you're doing, we're always wanting to have a plan in place. And sobriety isn't about willpower. It's a tiny, tiny part of it, but willpower is something that runs out. We want to have lifestyle structure. And this is what the wellness tree represents. And we all have a kind of inner wellness tree within us. And it's down to us to figure out really how we want that structure to look for us, because we're all different. Every person, every soul is unique. We all resonate with different things. And so what the wellness tree does, it provides the bones, it provides the structure, and then you take that and you make it your own. But this is something that will take a while for you to build and to work with, and so you have to be okay with exploring, with trying things, with, you know, being okay if something doesn't work out. You tried it, you just let it go, you try something else, and it's how we learn. So without a plan in place, we drift, we lose focus, and things like tiredness, stress, overwhelm, burnout, illness, losing loved ones, all of these big things, if we're not held in place with structure, these are the very things that can uproot us. It feels like we had the rug pulled out from under our feet. And then before we know it, we're making unaligned choices. We're not knowing how to really hold the big kind of feelings and emotions within us, and not hold them, but just feel them and move through them so we can come out the other side. And that takes work and it takes structure. We need to know how to support ourselves with this. And without a plan, we will always automatically go back to what's familiar, and our brain will be saying, oh, this feels really hard, this feels unsafe, let's not do this, let's go back to, you can pop down the shop, no one's going to know, you don't even need to tell anyone, just go on, you can start Monday, you're doing so well, you deserve it. And these were all the things that my brain would tell me, that wine witch would be yapping in my ear, like, go on, you've done really well, you can do this, you can just get back on track next week and start all over again, don't worry, you just need to get this out your system. And every time I would fall for it and go back. And what I noticed is I would just keep repeating that cycle. That was my patterning. And it's so typical for pretty much most people, most grey area drinkers. It's easy to go and buy the drink. It's easy. Society makes it easy for us. We can have things quickly delivered in a flash. Shopping, food, alcohol, whatever. So our challenge is to kind of rebel in the other direction and to do that hard inner work and be okay with that, because this is our soul's growth. We're doing what most people don't want to do. And when we actually put in this work, when we follow our plan, when we keep recommitting, when we stay devotional, we see the effects. We feel the effects within. We notice the shifts and the changes within ourselves, and we notice the effects in our relationships, in our home, in our businesses, in our workplaces. We're nicer to be around. The light comes back in our eyes. So many things. So many things. And people avoid it. People avoid doing this work. It feels uncomfortable, but the rewards are so good. And we have to learn the dance between pushing ourselves forward, feeling that edge, that stretch, pausing, resting, being gentle, being kind, using our tools. And, it's this gorgeous sort of cycle that we can do together. And, this is something that we really, really need to do this. Sorry, I'm just being distracted. Someone's calling me. I'm just going to ignore that. So let's go to this plan then. Now, to create a plan, we need to know, first of all, why we are doing this journey. Why are we creating the goal that we want to create? So if you're looking at long-term sobriety, or if you're looking at taking a few months off, whatever it is that you're wanting to do, why are you wanting to do that? What effect will that have on your mindset, on your health, on your finances, on your relationships, on your work? Think of all of the different life areas and just think about, just let your mind wander there, journal on this, think of your why. How many reasons, how many things can you list why? And if you're struggling with this, the easiest thing you can do is think about all the things currently that are causing you problems. And how is alcohol currently affecting you, your mind, your energy, your sleep, your evenings, presence with your family, presence with yourself? How are you showing up every day? How are you in your energy? How are you in your being? How's your money situation? How are your relationships? Like, what are the things biting you in the face saying this needs to stop, right? What are those things? And these are the things, and we know they're there. We know they're there. I had so many things, like, I had a message in my mind for so long, like, Kath, you need to sort out your drinking. Come on, Kath, you need to start moderating. Come on, Kath, you need to get a grip. You really need to get a grip. And I'd have a lot of guilt inside, a lot of shame, feeling I was hiding this dirty secret. I didn't feel like an alcoholic. I wasn't blackout drunk. It was nothing like that. It was just general habitual evening drinking like pretty much a bottle, maybe a bottle and a half of wine most days, sometimes a bit more at weekends. And it was stealing so much from me. Time, energy, money, everything. It was, but most of all, my soul. I could not feel connected to me. I felt really empty, really disconnected, and like I was living a really unaligned, like a lie. Drop me Me Too if this resonates. And you know, we're all together on this journey, and maybe it's not that bad for you. Again, this is grey area drinking. It might just be, oh, well, I have a glass of wine at weekends or once a month or socialising, and that really affects me, and it's just causing a problem. So, you know, we're all different. Now, it's not about being perfect. This is about being prepared. Big capital letters, the word prepared. We need to get really good at planning. So we need a plan, and the skill to master is planning everything. Now, don't freak out. This is something that will slowly come, because we're going to get feedback as we go through our days of all of the different things that we do in our day and where we need to plan. This has taken me months. Actually, it's taken me the last 9 years. I haven't been consistently planning, but recently I have been really wanting to put more structure in my day and really plan my day meticulously, because I have got some really big goals, big things that I want to, actually it's not what I want to do, it's really more of who I want to be. And I love to do this with clients. If people are struggling with the goal and like, I don't know what I want, I say, how do you want to feel? How would you most love to feel? And for me, it's a combination of, I just want to feel calm, I want to feel happy, in control, I want to feel safe within myself, I want to know that I'm taken care of, and that whatever happens in life, whatever life throws at me, I will be okay. So this is also why it's crucial to have a plan, because when life does throw these things, whether it's an illness, some traumatic event, we've got something to hold us. So know your why is the very first essential that you need to know. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to be alcohol free? Even if it's just for a week, you're just doing a week just to see what it's like not drinking. And you want to notice things, bearing in mind you're doing the hardest part first and you'll be detoxing, so it's probably going to feel a bit rough. I would actually stretch that forwards. Message me if you want to come and join Strong Roots, because we are doing a 60-day steady sprint working on drinking less or none, and this is specifically what I'm helping with, is creating this plan. So just message me for the details and you can come and join us. But go beyond the surface. We really want to get to the roots here and really ask ourselves the question, how is drinking impacting health, relationships, work, your emotions? What is it costing you financially? And I know it can be really hard to ask ourselves these questions. So bloody massive well done for even looking at this. Okay, and just let your pen write. No judgment, no shame. But when we shine a light on this, when we look at this, we're looking at the truth. We are looking at the truth, stuff that actually we don't really want to be looking at, but we're just taking a look, and that's okay. And that's a massive, massive step. That's opening the door, because this stuff just wants to have space to be heard, to be felt, because otherwise we're keeping it all in. This is our soul literally pulling us, saying, come on, Kath, come on, we need to do this work, we need to get our hands dirty, we need to get into these roots and sort the things out that's going on there. Let go of thoughts and feelings and beliefs and work through them and alchemize them so that we can grow, and the pain that we feel, the emotional pain, the heaviness, the why can't I do this? Why, I feel so stuck and this isn't working, and the frustration, and then that emotional roller coaster that we have. We're doing so well, we're doing great, and then it's, back to day one again. All of this is the pain that becomes our fuel. So these are I call them stepping stones, but it's also fuel for liftoff, because one day, this happens, I promise you this happens. We get to this place and we think, do you know what? I am absolutely sick and tired of this cycle. I am absolutely fed up with myself, in the kindest, gentlest way, but I'm bored with this. I am really bored with having this going around in my head. I'm done. I am done. And I literally, one day I thought, do you know what? Universe, you have this. I'm not dealing with this problem anymore. And that's when I, way back when, decided to go alcohol free. Even though it was messy and perfect and I had loads of day ones, I just thought, that's it. It was all of that fuel. It was all of the failed attempts. So we need to be okay with this messy part. And when we know our why, so our why is our anchor, you've got your list of reasons why it's important to you, that becomes your root, really. It's part of your support. It's actually root one of the wellness tree. And this is your clarity why. Your why will always bring you back to getting you back on track. Okay, so this helps you to stop negotiating with the old patterns that want to creep back in. It's like, yeah, I know that, but this is important to me and I'm going to commit, I'm going to stay on track. Now, the second one is to map your vision. So the why is kind of in the roots and holding us. And so is the vision. The vision is actually root 2 of the wellness tree, and it's the light that we're growing towards. The vision is the version of us that we are becoming. The version of us that is doing the things that we want to be doing. So we're looking at what does, the alcohol-free version of you, the alcohol-free version of you look like? What is she wearing? How is she carrying herself? How is she supporting herself? What habits does she have? What does she believe? What does she say yes to? And we're not waiting for this perfect future us to show up. She's here. She's right inside here. Or him. Right? She's right inside here. We build her now. We get in touch with her now. We step in her shoes. Even if they feel uncomfortable, we're like, no, I'm going to learn to walk in these shoes. These are my shoes. I'm owning it. This is just who I am now. And showing up in this way, yeah, it feels weird. It feels weird. Like doing an alcohol-free socialising event can feel strange if you've not done one before. But we have to practice. Like an actor has to learn his lines and practice getting into his new character. It's exactly the same. This is the identity work we need to be doing. And this is usually missed out of so many people's plans. If they have a plan, they're not figuring out who they're becoming. And this is where we can dive deeper. If you come and work with me, we dive deeper into the energetics, your energetics, and who you are at that soul level. We can do so much work ourselves, so much work, and it's baby steps. But one thing that really, really helps is, I can't say this word, specificity, being specific, okay? So, the next step, number 3, is to build soul-aligned habits. Just time check. Okay, so your plan needs to have anchors, it needs to have daily rituals, and it needs to have rhythms. Now, I encourage everybody to have a morning ritual, an evening ritual, and a checking in, like little touch points throughout the day. And what you're doing, you're checking in with your mind, you're checking in with your energy, you're checking in with your nervous system, how you're feeling, you're using your tools. So in the morning, you want to be having a morning routine that feels really good for you, that sets you up with your mindset, that sets you up with all of the things you need to be doing that day, your commitments, your energy. It's like there's a specific thing. I'm teaching this in Strong Roots, but there's specific things that you want to be focusing on, aligning with route 2, the vision, the identity, the you that you are becoming. Now, don't underestimate the power of small. I'm talking small, mini habits, ways to take care of yourself for tomorrow. So what can I do today that makes tomorrow easier? And this is where having an evening ritual is lovely as well, because you're not only preparing yourself for tomorrow, you're leaving things out like clothes, preparing food, whatever it is you need for tomorrow, answering an email, whatever. Bearing in mind we have 1,000,001 things whirring around in our mind, so that's a whole other topic. But also we want in the evenings, it's a real time for rest and relaxation. We want to be winding down from our day. So where we have been giving all day, our energy has been going outward, we've been giving, we've been working, we've been taking care of people, our energy is all out. And this is why so many people start drinking. It's 5 o'clock, it's like they're looking for something to settle. The nervous system needs to be settled. Our body is always looking for grounding, which is why we do these things, why we reach for the wine or the beer. We're looking to calm, settle and soothe, or to escape, or to shut off, to quieten down the busy mind. So the energy is all up here. It's like, high, we're running on busy. And actually we need to bring the energy down, we need to ground. We need to slow. We need to settle in healthy ways. So this is, again, what I love to teach. We're doing it in Strong Roots, is how to create an evening ritual that actually takes care of us so that we have a really great night's sleep, so that we're staying aligned with choices and not self-sabotaging in the evening, so that we're waking up in the morning feeling really proud, thinking like, I did it, I did that sober evening, or I stayed on track with my drinking less plan, whatever the thing is that you're working on. Now, it's not just about mindset, it's about embodiment. It's the physicality, the physiology. It's about teaching the body this new way. You cannot think yourself out of a craving. It's not a logical thing. A craving is actually coming from the body. So we need to teach the body that actually it's possible to feel safe without alcohol. And so we need to have tools in place. And this is the next step, the next essential that you're going to have on your plan is the tools. Now, in Strong Roots, we've got tools. In my programs, we've got even more tools. There's free tools everywhere. You can look for them. But the thing is, every nervous system is different. Every soul is unique. So you're going to want to try different things out and see what you resonate with and do what works for you. Try things out. There's things like journaling, there's things like breathing, just getting out in nature, being in communities. Just off the top of my head, things like tapping, EFT, Brad Yates' YouTube channel, what else? Byron Katie, The Work, brilliant for mindset. I mean, there are tools everywhere. And the biggest problem that I see is people don't use the tools. Our tools, we can have a great, amazing tool chest. People forget to use them, or they have so many tools that they're completely overwhelmed with tools and they're like, I just don't even know what I need. I don't know where to start. If this is you, DM me. DM me. I will keep it really simple. You just tell me what you're struggling with. I'll send you a tool. You try it, see how you go, and then report back. There are so many things, but you need to have some in place. Really, my top 3 tools would be breathing, like literally just long deep breathing. This is the fastest nervous system reset. Just really long deep breathing. Especially gorgeous if you're going out in nature, if you're just maybe washing up, you're not listening to a podcast or anything, you're just in that present moment. Just practice the breathing. Second thing is mindset check-ins. Are you feeding the thought that fuels the craving? This is something to really be aware of, because we do this on autopilot. We suddenly realise, oh my gosh, I've been thinking about wine, going to the shop, buying the wine. I talk about wine because that was the thing for me. But are you fantasizing? Are you hooking into that craving, and it's building and it's building? Because what we think about, we add fuel to. So as soon as you notice that, it's like, oh, okay, come back to breathing. And then the third thing is journaling. Journal it out. Journal out your thoughts. Don't worry about people reading your diary. You can buy a locked diary. But you using prompts like Byron Katie with The Work, Byron Katie, her website, byronkatie.com, literally doing the work on these thoughts, on these cravings, and getting below the surface. That's a massive topic on tools. Just message me if you want some support with this. And the next one is planning for triggers. So habits are one thing, triggers are another, and we need to learn to anticipate the trigger. So actually building a habit of recognizing your triggers, learning when the triggers are, and making a plan for when these triggers happen. So questions you can ask are, when do I usually drink? Is it evenings? Is it weekends? What is it? And then second question, what people, times or emotions are sparking this urge? And then what new rituals can I put in place instead? So we're not just removing the alcohol, we're actually replacing it with soul-led choices. And then the next essential is to, this is actually the last one, it's to plan for when life gets messy. I spoke about this earlier, but think about when you're out of routine. So for example, if you're on holiday or something happens and you have to go somewhere to sort something out, like, I don't know, just going somewhere to like sort something out, something that's out of your routine. Yeah, holidays, illness, stress, divorce, celebrations, or grief. So you want a plan within your plan. And these contain emergency rituals. So who or what you'll lean on when this wave hits. Literally having a list of people, having a list of things, and you'll get this list built from going through these things, from your feedback, from actually taking the action and noticing. For example, on holiday is one for me, and so now I know that when I go to, we usually go to a place we love going to in Devon, I know that the shops over there don't sell specific things that I like to eat that are on my healthy eating plan. So I will take those things over there, because if I don't have them and I'm on holiday and I'm like, oh, I'm on holiday, I'm likely to make an unaligned choice. Now I do practice having conscious choices. This is, I don't drink alcohol at all, but I do have some sugar now and again. So if I'm on holiday, I might like an ice cream, or I might have a piece of cake, or I might have a pudding if I'm out, but it's done very intentionally. I always know if it's an intentional choice or if it's like, I want that cake, give it to me now, and it's a hungry, raging tiger inside, and I'm acting on an emotion. Now I can tell the difference, and so now I would always make sure I feel that feeling first. I don't have to go and do the thing, and it's the same with alcohol. We want to practice. And this is where we have this moment of space. I was talking about this, was it in a post yesterday? We have this area, this space between the want and the need and the actual thing. It's like we're walking to the fridge to go and grab that wine. Well, actually, don't have wine in the fridge, then it's not a temptation. But if it's there, it's like, hang on, I have this golden opportunity here to rewire it in this moment. Just don't have it, walk away. My feet are tools. I will go and do something different. And we just need to really work, bearing in mind it's not just mental. It's not just teaching our brain, we want to teach our body. So going and doing some tapping or something, or the havening technique, this gorgeous, I can't remember who did it now, I've got a video on it. If you want the video, let me know. It's really, really lovely. There's so much to this, honestly. This is why I'm doing the Strong Roots 60-day sprint. I really encourage you, if you want to have some help and support with this, and you need to get a plan in place. If you're not ready to join it, absolutely fine. Just message me and ask me a couple of questions. I may well invite you to join, and if it's a no, that's totally fine. You just want a little bit more help and guidance. But I do encourage you to come and join. It's 60 days. 60 days. We're around halfway through, but what happens is you sign up. It's £77. The price is going up next week. It's £77, grab it now, you join now, and you get all of the replays from when we started around a month ago. You get all of the materials, it's all in a Google folder, it's step by steps, it's really easy to follow. You have this gorgeous community, you have accountability, you have me to support you and cheer you on. And this is the way that we want to be doing this. You know, community is a huge part of our root system. So having this structure, having a plan, having a community is so important. Now, your Stay Sober plan is not a rigid thing. It's going to grow as you grow. So it's alive, it's part of this wellness tree within. It's all a plan, it's all a guide, and we really do go on a journey with it, and we work with it with our healthy habits. Our healthy habits form the bones of this plan. We wrap our healthy habits into daily routines, into daily structure, and this is how we become alcohol free. This is how we do it, and the whole thing means we need to practice it. We stay committed, we stay focused, we stay devoted. If we wobble off, that's okay. No drama, we just get back on track again. So, if you want any support with this, if you have questions, drop them below. If you want information on strong roots, drop the word roots below. I'll send you the details, or feel free to private message me. And thank you for joining me live. Thank you for catching up on the replay, and I will see you all again very soon. Lots of love.